didn't see these people in 2000 when I filed against the United States for $2.4 billion. She is right, but I did have to correct you. I did tell you I had those for the last 18 years. That contract she's talking about is a third-party element the government has. The only way to fix it is call Holly Farms like I did, let Susan get us the structure to get it down there, and we'll put our own gas unit in. The in-kind will work because I'm not sending it all to those people. Why am I going to give it up at 2.5 MCF when I can go to that storage unit that we're getting, and I'll just leave it there till the winter hits and we'll get $3 to $4 for it. Or I'll put a power plant in. The other question I have is Southern Utes. Guess who trained those guys in 1979 and 1980? You're looking at him. Your first official gauger. I've been your first field inspector that actually took people to federal court. Then I became the field supervisor over all of Osage County. Then I went to work for the tribe, went to work for the nation, and then I went to work for Lita Chapman Estates. And you know what she taught me? That estate, Osage has got 2,500 or location. I asked for 8,000 and got it for those non-Osages. We have issues. And I will tell you this, one of them is we settled. You settled for $360 million. One company owed us $1 billion. They just held us up in court 15 years and it never cost them a dime. And here's the best part. Guess who I'm going to have to go meet with the Trump group? You want to talk Harold Hamm? Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's bring that billionaire up, who I'm going to have to go deal with. And the deal is on this is that I'm going to be sitting in a room that all these numbers you just threw up, they took them. But your name's not on that lawsuit. Mine is. And I still feel the same way. The nation has got to put its eggs in one basket. I'm getting tired of getting nailed because I work with the Osage Nation. I happen to be sitting here, and I'm glad the chief brought up, he was my attorney on the Osage National Council. My judge is Shannon Edwards. We got kicked out by the tribal council. Now, you know how I got back on it? Margo and I sit on it. And what did they do? We had no money. So now you have the new nation blowing $53 million a year. I'm okay with that. The only thing I say is that I'm going to answer some of your questions too. Because I didn't come into this room as chairman. I come in as an Osage, so you're representing me too. I just have to know a little more about it than most. This is what I want to end with. I'm here because I want to run for another 4 years. I've just got put on a White House appointment to RPC committee. This is what I've known for 18 years. I filed a lawsuit and the tribe dropped it. We're going to go back to that. And actually, Susan and I have talked about that, and I've got to corral that a little bit. You can't wait 13 years to get this money. We go in. As far as in kind, 13,000 million cubic feet a day, I'm in for it. But we don't have the infrastructure to get it. And this contract they're talking about, not only are they not paying us for the liquids, but they're getting to write out all transportation costs, everything. And then the RPC committee, I just come from Houston, that is exactly what they're wondering. And if you think the Osage's 1906 is outdated, let me tell you something. When we went, the chief and I, to Washington, I went into the war room, they only had 3 markers on the globe. Rocky Boy, Navajo, and Osage. You put me back in office, I'll keep doing it. I have another 3-year term. And what it is I've said on CERT, I've said on ITMA, I've said on ITA, RPC committees, state of Oklahoma, and that's what we're going to need. And if I get one more call about working with the nation, put someone else in that chair. Bring me someone new, and I'm going to be telling you this. I'm here because I know I'm going to get voted back in because I did the work. You talk the talk, well, you come and walk the walk. You come and leave your job. You come and take away this time from your family. And you're a little late. I started at 17. Second, I want the ladies and men in there who want to do a business. Some of this the nation takes over. And I'm going to be sitting right here and tell you, put my nieces in office, put brother in office, help executive. Because we're not making it. Give me 22 million, I'll tell you what, we'd all been at Lexus today. Now I could go to the stock market and this well and stuff we had problems with, Thank you, BIA. Thank you. You couldn't have brought it at a worse time, but see, y'all haven't been in there. I was on a tribal council. Oil went under $7 a barrel, but we still was working. People still got fed. Quit talking about a billionaire when I got people at home can't feed their families. You want to talk that shoot up in the moon, you go right ahead. Drive in the village and reservation, come visit us. Because I'm right where I've been at for 58 years. The last comment. I come to Texas because Belle went to school here, SMU. I got some high quality in this room out of my family. I didn't make it. My knees were blown, but my niece did. My sisters did. And put me somebody who will work with me. And yesterday, the chief and I had to get together over an instant reaction for $7 million. $7 million. And I don't want to hear about these Southern youths. You keep putting down their $4 and $12 million. I said at the RPC committee in the state of Utah said they own half of that. That is a consortium. They only put it under their name so they can get the tax incentives. But that's state of Utah. And there's 4 other entities in there. And I'll tell you what, when I trained them, all I told them is go home and know what you got. Last thing, I've won 3 federal cases with this council. 3. The last one, we're in the Supreme Court because we won't give up. The United States government left us there at 1 o'clock. By 5 o'clock, I had the paperwork in Washington, D.C. filing the Federal Court of Claims. And by the way, you won't see me in tribal court. You won't see me in state court. The United States Supreme Court just wrote it. That is unlawful. So if we go anywhere, I promise you this. We're going to Federal Court of Claims. And this other issue is here. You should have never signed the settlement. They would have paid it. March 28th, 2002, they negotiated it with the Osage, $1 billion in cash, 1 inch to 2 inches of every water in their lakes in the United States Corps of Engineers, and we accepted it. I get beat 3 days later because I'm not here campaigning. That's okay with me. I think the Lord's in command, or he wouldn't got me and brother through this heck of a car wreck we just drove through. I'm proud of all of you. And I want you to really recognize something. We own 50% of this nation's elected officials. I'm either with them or married to them. We're all in, baby. You want Team Me, you better work at it because I'm going to roll it out just right after California. I don't worry about the council. I worry about our nation, my children. And I'm going to pick people who will come in and help us. Yeah, I get a little emotional. Look at the 5 decades. And you know the best part about it? All that hard work's paying off. There's nothing you can ask me about this. New oil and gas production were brought to a standstill by regulators imposed by BIA. Everyone wants to hate them. If we would have had that 3,000 barrels, we'd sold it at $19 to $21 a barrel. Today it's $62. Once it leaves our reservation, it doesn't come back. This contract you're talking about, that's your United States government. Why we weren't in business is because the United States government would not let the Osage spend the headright money. That's why it's called the PL account. Southern Utes don't pay their people. This incorporation eats every bit of it up. There's no per cap. That's coming out of gaming. Shareholders can't do that. I only get expended 5%. In my closing remarks, y'all better watch what you're doing. They're waiting on the Osage Nation to fall. State of Oklahoma can't wait to get to us. The United States government is waiting on us because we had to buy our reservation. They showed a picture of Governor Joe. Did you see that little boy there? He was the one that was chosen not to lead our nation because they put Mr. Big Heart in. But whoever, when Shannon did that, she did it correct. His grandfather is Claremore. You need to know any more about him? Don't call Dr. Swan. Don't call Gary Bailey. Why don't you come down to my house and I'll show you his clothes. I'll show you where he lived. I'll show you where he died. And that was no battle at Claremore Mound. His son cried all the way home. His father said, I am going to die Osage today. And his followers stayed. They killed 53 children and old people. And they butchered him. Called it a great victory. Well, that's why we waited on them the last time. And we got to get by that. Now, I'm just wanting to bring that up because I'm not proud of everything I've gotten. I'm proud of everything I gave to my children. God bless all of you. I come for a reason, and that's because I know one thing. If you put the right people in, I got no worries. Thank you.
Okay, let's hear for